Now everybody want to play for the Heat and the Lakers. Let's go back to being competitive and going at these people.
Yeah,
This
what
was,
happened?
of course, directed at LeBron for his decision to join the Miami Heat.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you all having a good day so far. So, yeah, y'all let me know pretty fast this time that there is a new Woo Hoops video out, and this one is titled "The NBA Star Who Used Burner Accounts to Defend Himself." And this is always going to be one of the funniest stories I've ever heard in professional sports. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually not even going to say who it is because, like, I'm shocked you don't know, but this is going to be hilarious. All right. What to say about this? This is just when you know, like, someone is incredibly insecure, what you're about to see here. And considering this is a Woo Hoops video, I'm actually hoping and looking forward to some stuff that we never knew about that, you know, because Woo always does a lot of digging, like almost like investigation, you know, type work, like a true journalist. So this should get really interesting. Hopefully there's some new stuff to learn here. And either way, let's get to this. Guys, I'm linking the original video from Woo down in the description below. You also see a list of channel members there. Want to give a quick shout out to all my channel members. I really appreciate you guys, especially in these times. YouTube is whack right now. I don't know what's going on, but YouTube is whack. So I just really want to make sure you guys know I really appreciate the support. Also, I wanted to shout out new channel member, John Gets Gaming. Thank you. Welcome. Everybody, please like the video. It helps out more than you know. I think that hype button helps out a lot too. If you can hit that, that would help a ton. Comments help. I appreciate you all for being on this ride with me. Let's do this, huh?
The date is September 17th, 2017. You're a Kevin Durant fan. You've just woken up from a nap and see this tweet directed at your favorite player. Man, I respect the hell out of you, but give me one legitimate reason for leaving OKC other than getting a championship.
To defend KD's honor, you would reply,
He didn't like the organization or playing for Billy Donovan. His roster wasn't that good. It was just him and Russ.
Yep.
for good measures, you would add,
Imagine taking Russ off that team. See how bad they were. KD can't win a championship with those cats.
there was just one problem.
That wasn't you on the phone. That was Kevin Durant
Yep.
himself on his own Twitter account.
Yep.
To understand how we got here, we must go all the way back to 1 year earlier.
Okay, 5 years before the decision. All right, let's do it. Oh man, so yeah, that's all it was. I'm glad he introed it. Yeah, this is Kevin Durant. Had a burner account, so he was defending himself on social media with a burner account. This time he logged into the wrong account, and he was portraying the character of the burner account character. But it was actually in his actual main Kevin Durant account. Hilarious. I'm sorry. This is hilarious.
A month after being eliminated by the Warriors in the playoffs, upcoming free agent Kevin Durant would find himself at dinner with teammates Russell Westbrook and Nick Carlson.
The point of this dinner? To try and convince Kevin Durant to stay in OKC.
Westbrook would go as far as promising he would change his playstyle to suit KD's wishes.
When Russ
Wow.
left the restaurant, he was under the impression that Durant would be staying.
Upon hearing this news, the Thunder GM Sam Presti would invite Durant to the arena on the final day of June.
I think number one is not to make it too overly complex. We talk to him all the time.
Presti will hope to continue the positive momentum and get Durant to sign an extension on the spot. His pitch? To land Al Horford, who had committed to OKC upon the contingency that Durant was to stay. The day did not go as planned.
If I can just stop for a second, I'm actually really impressed that Russ made that peace offering. I'll change to fit your style as long as you stay. I don't know what else I could ask for a guy like Russ.
Durant would leave the building still a free agent, soon boarding a private jet to the Hamptons, where he would take free agency pitches from 5 different teams. But reports coming out straight after this meeting were hopeful for OKC. Mark Stein would report, those close to him expect Durant to return to the Thunder next season. His decision is 90% made, and that shouldn't be a surprise. Kevin Durant's name at the time was synonymous with OKC, but that wasn't always the case. Durant was picked second overall in the 2007 NBA draft, not by OKC, but by Seattle. As a Sonic, he would make an instant impact, winning the NBA's Rookie of the Year award.
Good! Kevin Durant rises, reigns, and drains the 28-footer.
Seeing KD as a supersonic, it just hits different. That would have been a cool alternate timeline if Seattle didn't sell the team and all that.
You know, behind the scenes, owner Clay Bennett was secretly plotting to relocate the team to Oklahoma City. With Durant's ascension, the city of Seattle held on to hope that this was enough for the team to stay. They would be wrong.
When Durant found out about the relocation, he was shocked by the news.
No, Seattle's the first place I lived, so my family was there, so we had to get up and move within a matter of weeks, and it was tough to do.
However, he did not pout. Instead, he embraced OKC. His first season there, he would be joined by his tag team partner, Russell Westbrook, and by his second, he would be joined by James Harden. Durant's own game soared as well, becoming not only an NBA All-Star, but an All-NBA first-team member in 2010.
It's still so crazy. 3 MVPs on one team. If they could only have kept it all together.
That offseason, Durant would commit long-term to OKC, signing a 5-year rookie-scale max extension worth $89 million,
securing him all the way through to the 2016 offseason.
After landing in the Hamptons Thursday night, Durant would get to work right away, hearing pitches from a handful of different suitors that he has approved. The busy schedule would include a 5-hour meeting with the Clippers on Friday, birthing this infamous tweet. The Spurs would make the
what'd that say?
meeting with the Clippers.
Clippers meeting with Durant was intense, and at one point Steve Ballmer was crying, but everyone grew closer and a big lesson was learned. Interesting.
On Friday, birthing this infamous tweet. The Spurs would make their pitch Saturday morning, while the Celtics, led by Tom Brady, would make theirs Saturday night.
I was ready to just say, all right, let's go. I'm ready to go. Seeing Tom Brady there, seeing someone so successful at his craft, it was great to be in the presence of greatness. But at the same time, I knew I couldn't let that distract me. But he was great. It was great to see him.
The final pitch of the weekend will be made by a team that was sort of responsible for KD being in this predicament in the first place, the Miami Heat.
9 days after Kevin Durant signed his first max contract, he would fire off one of his first infamous tweets. Now everybody wanted to play for the Heat and the Lakers. Let's go back to being competitive and going at these people.
This was, of course, directed at LeBron for his decision to join the Miami Heat.
LeBron's first season in Miami ended in a finals loss to the Dallas Mavericks, followed shortly by the NBA lockout. During the extended offseason, Durant and James struck up an unlikely friendship, training together all summer.
Gotta get some food up in us before we pass out. What he said?
Oh, and of course, how could we forget? They even recorded a song.
Oh, man.
This prolonged offseason would pay dividends for both players, as they would meet in the finals the following season, where the Heat would defeat the Thunder 4-1, giving James his long-awaited championship.
It's about damn time.
Despite the loss, this was at the time very encouraging for the Thunder. They were the favorites going into the finals, and they had the younger core with the big three of Durant, Westbrook, and Harden.
And real quick, this is why anybody who judges KD more harshly than LeBron when it comes to LeBron going to Miami versus KD going to Golden State, guys, KD wasn't like this before. He learned it. He learned this from LeBron. And them hanging out, training together, him losing in the finals to LeBron. Why did he lose to in the finals to LeBron? Because LeBron formed a super team in Miami. What else was KD going to do? Now, if I were KD, I wouldn't have done it. I would have stayed or not joined a super team or whatever, formed a super team the way he did. I definitely wouldn't join a team that knocked me out of the playoffs. So I don't agree with any of that, but I do understand the mindset of, well, if these guys are rigging the game, how else am I supposed to win? You know, what about my legacy? So I guess I have to start rigging the game too. It's unfortunate, is what it is. I just wish it didn't happen in general. The Miami Big Three, I'll always wish it never happened.
It was only a matter of time before they would run the league.
My rookie year was AC. We played the Lakers. That was the #1 seed. They won the championship, Lakers. Yep. My second year, we in the Western Conference Finals against Dallas. They won the championship. My third year, we in the finals against the Heat. They won the championship. That summer, we go to the Olympics. We win a gold medal. My fourth year is on.
Yet, days before the start of the following season, the Thunder would decide to trade away James Harden after failing to agree to a contract extension.
They didn't want to give Harden the max, so they were looking for Harden to be willing to take a little less than the max to stay. When the sides couldn't come to terms, they were able to consummate a deal with Houston pretty quickly.
It was only for like $4 million too.
The talks hit me out of nowhere.
What's crazy to me is why didn't anybody just make him the starting shooting guard? Let Russ be the starting point guard because he doesn't have a good perimeter shot. So let him be the facilitator. Let James Harden play more off the ball. You know, you need 2 points. You need a guaranteed bucket. Give it to Harden. He's going to run ISO. You know, and if that doesn't work out, you got Kevin Durant on the other side there. Why couldn't they all just be starters? Why did both James Harden and Russ have to be point guards? Like, and I know the Russ thing. Russ can only play that position, but I think James Harden could have been successful playing shooting guard as well. Just kick back and drill threes. It's what he loves doing anyways.
So I didn't really know how to deal with it at that point. So it was just like, I'm just focused on doing my job. Like, if it works for both sides, then let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? But then you see how he plays as a starter. It was just like, hold up.
Yeah.
The OKC Big Three was over almost as quickly as it had begun. In April of 2013, Durant would give perhaps his most revealing interview to date, titled, "I'm tired of being second."
Oh, yeah.
Mainly about, of course, as the title would suggest, how he's tired of being number 2 in everything. But what's most revealing in this interview was his obsessive nature regarding LeBron.
While James was chasing the ghost from Chicago, Durant was tracking down the kid from Akron.
Yeah,
admitting
it's
he
true.
would follow James's box score every night and recreating how he himself would have played to get those numbers.
You have to play as you. Who do you play as?
Anybody.
Just tell me. Who do you play as?
All right, LeBron.
James would of course win his second straight title in 2013, while Durant would win the MVP award in 2014. In his speech, he would again reaffirm his love for Oklahoma City.
Beautiful fans of Oklahoma City, I can't say enough about you guys. All the support you give our team, the home court advantage that we have is the best I ever seen. We disappoint you guys sometimes, but we try our best every single night to win for you guys. And we want to win a championship for you guys.
Well, they finally did.
It is my belief
Without
that
any of
KD's
you guys.
first crack in his relationship with OKC may have come later that season in the playoffs. After struggling to begin the series against Memphis, the Oklahoma newspaper would publish an article about Durant with the title, Mr. Unreliable.
And it was Mr. Unreliable.
I'm unreliable?
Unreliable.
Me, Mr. Unreliable, that's what they said. Well, it's all good. I don't really care, you know. Coming from my paper back at home.
The article would draw huge controversy, prompting replies from both Durant and his mother, and even reaching Donald Trump. Meanwhile, Sam Presti would come.
Hold on. Unbelievable. Kevin is reliable. The reporter that called Kevin Durant Mr. Unreliable should be fired or at least apologize. He is truly a great player and a winner. Interesting. Social media.
Come to the defense of Durant, pointing out how Durant had donated $1 million the previous year to help tornado recovery efforts in the state. The most notable defense would come from none other than LeBron James. I don't think that was a great idea. Not your hometown paper. James then would prophetically joke, KD's got to be a free agent at some point.
shoot. And this is why we're here watching the Woo Hoops video. There's so much here that I didn't know about.
While KD has been diligently mulling over his options this busy weekend, what he was searching for wasn't just a team. He was searching for the perfect situation. While it was reported around that time that he was still weighing his options, Durant's mind may have been made up long ago. You see, KD landed in the Hamptons Thursday night and had his 5-hour meeting with the Clippers Friday afternoon. Earlier that Friday, KD had actually snuck in another meeting, his first meeting at the Hamptons. A meeting led by the core of Steve Kerr, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, and Klay Thompson.
Kevin Durant was meeting with none other than the Golden State Warriors.
But before we get to that, a quick word from today's sponsor. Did you know data brokers can legally sell your personal info?
Sure did, Woo.
Sites collect your name, address, phone, even relatives' names, and sell it to anyone with a credit card.
Ruh-roh.
That leaves you open to identity theft, scams, and even doxing. Data privacy is a real problem. Just look at all of these horror stories. While KD decided to go the burner route, I personally use Delete Me, the sponsor of today's video. It's a subscription service that removes your info from hundreds of people's search and data broker sites so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Delete Me was recently named by Wirecutter as the #1 data removal service. It also continues removing data over time so it doesn't just grow back like weeds. Delete Me privacy advisors are real people and are available for custom requests and help when you need it. To tell you the truth, I was ecstatic when Delete Me reached out. My favorite is that they give you these neat monthly reports that make it really easy to understand what they've been working on. Get 20% off consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/woohoops and use promo code woohoops at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/woohoops, code woohoops. Thank you, Delete Me. Right before the start of the 2014-2015 NBA season, Kevin Durant would suffer a Jones fracture in his foot, plaguing him for the entire season.
Speaking of injuries, let's now head over to Oakland, where the league's newest superstar, Stephen Curry, is on a meteoric rise.
Curry splits the defense behind the back. Fires a three.
Show Kerr. Show how mad he is.
Curry himself has had a prolonged injury history his first few seasons in the league, causing him to sign a below-max 4-year, $44 million deal on October 31st, 2012.
Signed the most favorable contract in possibly NBA history in terms of everything that it allowed us to do.
That season, Curry would not only win the MVP, but accomplish what Durant has been dreaming of: defeating LeBron James in the NBA Finals.
That's a good point, man. That's a good point, because you would think, like, all of us are thinking, he's thinking, I got to take down the Golden State Warriors because they're the ones who beat him. But his real nemesis is LeBron James, and he's the one he's chasing, just like LeBron's been chasing Jordan this whole time. It's a damn good perspective.
It would be the beginning of a new era. But behind the scenes, something even more important has taken place. Earlier that season, in October, the NBA would sign a new TV deal worth $24 billion, the second most expensive media rights deal in the world after only the NFL. With more money comes higher cap space for teams.
There were two routes the league could go down. One, have the cap spike all happen in the same offseason, or two, have what Adam Silver suggested, a smoothing cap, a gradual rise over the coming years. The NBA Players Association will be heavily against a smoothing cap. Thus, Adam Silver would acquiesce.
And that meant the summer of 2016 would see an unprecedented surge in cap space. And the most notable free agent that summer, Kevin Durant.
We all know the parlor game in NBA circles for the better part of the past 2 years has been, let's figure out where Kevin Durant is going to go in 2016. Of course, anyone who is telling you that they know what is going to happen is flat out lying, because Kevin Durant doesn't know what he's going to do yet.
Now, with Steph Curry making way less than the max, the Warriors were in a once-in-a-lifetime position where they could essentially add Kevin Durant through free agency. The lingering question of Kevin Durant will follow the Warriors that season.
One of the major questions, did the Warriors even need Kevin Durant?
They would go on to win 73 games.
I've always had this view. I don't think they actually needed KD. I think everyone lowered their roles to fit KD in. I think they were heading to be a dynasty without KD. I really do. I mean, they won 73 regular season games without Kevin Durant. Like, they were on the right path in my mind. And no, I'm not going to sit here and say that's the greatest team of all time. No, they didn't win a championship. It is what it is. But it's a pretty damn good team without Kevin Durant already. And you're going to just keep improving over the next couple of years? I don't know. Those two championships that KD have will always just have a big asterisk to me because it's like, I don't know what you accomplished there. Like,
that regular season, the best in league history. In the Western Conference Finals, the Warriors would come back from a 3-1 deficit to defeat Durant and the Thunder, advancing to the finals for the second year in a row. In the finals, the Warriors themselves would suffer their own 3-1 comeback, as they would lose to LeBron and the Cavaliers. Well, the legend goes that Draymond went to the parking lot to call up Kevin Durant.
Okay, real quick. I've seen this 1,000 times, but a lot of people call this goaltending. I never saw it as goaltending. Time for me to decide. Oh man, that's close. There's the impact point. So ball not against the glass. LeBron hits the ball. Oops, against.
And the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Well,
guys, I'm
their own 3-1
I don't think that's a goaltend.
As they would lose to LeBron.
It is the closest thing to a goaltend, but you can clearly see the ball shift as he slaps it. If it was already against the glass, you would see more of a movement like this, out then back in. Yeah, oh my God, that's the closest. It's so close. Clean block, bro. I hate to say it. It is what it is.
Well, the legend goes that Draymond went to the parking lot to call up Kevin Durant. This is what actually happened.
Is that a real story, or is there some truth to it?
No, we were on FaceTime actually when I was in the locker room.
Now, of course, losing in the finals is bad, but this did give the Warriors the plausible justification to go after Kevin Durant.
Is there an argument to be made that losing after holding a 3-1 lead in the finals last year is kind of the best thing that could have happened to you guys?
It is right now, I mean.
Thus, the core of Draymond, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala, Steve Kerr would on July 1st, 2016, all meet up at Durant's house in the Hamptons. In this meeting, the Warriors laid out basketball nirvana to Kevin Durant, promising everything he's ever wanted on the court, everything he couldn't have in OKC. From Durant's perspective, in OKC, he would never get the respect he truly deserved.
It's a big man's, it's a man's game. It's no longer a boy's game. Kevin Durant has to learn to do a better job of posting up smaller guys. When he can shoot over anybody, but it's hard for him to post up and back people down.
Management, starting with the GM, Sam Presti, treated Russell Westbrook far better than it treated Kevin Durant.
Now, regardless of if there's any validity in what the media was saying, KD was definitely listening. And if Durant wasn't being criticized, that also didn't sit right with him. Durant would say, I know I get a lot of, you don't get criticized like LeBron James, but I look at that as the same as being criticized. Durant in the past couple...
Interesting. I know I get a lot of you... I know I get a lot of, you don't get criticized like LeBron James, or you don't get talked about like some of the other greats, but I look at that as the same as being criticized. Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
LeBron James, well, I look at that as the same as being criticized. Durant in the past couple of years had gone from being LeBron's greatest rival to not even being mentioned in the same breath. The media seemed more interested in debating whether Durant was the best player on his own team, to a point where Durant himself even began calling Westbrook the best player in OKC.
And it drove Kevin Durant nuts. Trust me on this, I know.
Kevin is not happy in OKC. His whole thing was like, I just want to play good basketball with good players. Like I miss playing good basketball, and I just want that.
In the meeting, tension.
I mean, it's hard for me to believe it because he left so fast, you know, and then he's on He went to Brooklyn, then he went to Phoenix, and now he's in Houston. But if you had it in Golden State, that's the thing. I don't know. Kevin Durant is going to be the biggest enigma to me in professional sports for a long time. You wanted it, you got it, and then you left it. And I'll never understand why. Because, like, if he was still playing for Golden State all these years, still battling with that team, and that was the team that he decided, like, this is it. This is my home. These are my fans. I'm a warrior. I would have a much easier time understanding Kevin Durant and just going, well, whatever was going on in OKC was obviously not good. He needed to get out. He got out of a bad situation. He got into a good one, and he built a dynasty. But he didn't do that now, did he? He left. He left so fast. So at that point, OKC's not the problem. Golden State's not the problem. Brooklyn's not the problem. Phoenix isn't the problem. I think Kevin Durant's the problem.
Would rise. Durant wanted to know how the Warriors plan to shield him from criticism if he decides to join them. And also chatters about what this would mean potentially for Nike and Under Armour.
You know, I wanted to look Steph in his eyes and ask him how he felt about a guy like me joining this team.
Klay Thompson, however, will break the tension with a simple question. Would this help Anta?
That first time I've ever been to the Hamptons, like, this is beautiful. This is where you summer, KD? This is nice, man.
After that, the mood would lighten. KD heard what he needed to hear from the Warriors. Steph promised him it didn't matter whose team it was. Draymond promised him rings. The Warriors promised him peace of mind.
You know, chiming in on who we are as a team and organization, how he would fit into what we do, how the transition would probably be, and how much I want to win.
Reading everything now, I think it was pretty clear that Kevin Durant had his mind made up already before the meeting.
And he's literally sitting there talking to us like, yeah, man, it's going to be fun. Like, just sitting back chilling like, man, I'm looking forward to this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking to myself like, oh, man, he's already in. Like, this is done.
As much as KD loved OKC, there's something he loved more. Basketball. Beautiful basketball. And that's why on paper, this was the perfect fit.
The two most important things for me is, being around great people and, having fun playing basketball.
And it also didn't hurt that they would be battling a common enemy who Kevin Durant was obsessed with. Okay. Let's snap out of it for a second. When you look at the bigger picture, Kevin Durant would still be joining a 73-win team that had just beat you in embarrassing fashion in the NBA playoffs. And OKC themselves wouldn't make it easy, as they would have one final trick up their sleeve.
Oh?
You see, OKC was not oblivious to the situation and have been very proactive trying to get KD to stay.
Oh, no.
And this wasn't just regarding the team. The whole city seemed to be in on the plan. On May 15th, 2016, while stuck in traffic in OKC, Kevin Durant would break the law and illegally follow an ambulance to get out of the jam.
All of a sudden, I see a silver Ferrari or a silver sports car pull in behind us.
I seen the ambulance from behind me, and it was kind of slow in front of me, and I moved over. I said I was just going to follow the ambulance so I could get through traffic a little quicker.
And this is how the city would reprehend him.
Now, new details on a story we first brought you at 6. IMSA paramedics trying to get through rush hour traffic were in for quite the surprise after they say
I didn't know about this one.
famous driver helped them get to not only one, but 2 emergencies on time.
Well, Lisa, it certainly is a surprise when that thoughtful driver is Kevin Durant.
I just thought that was so cool that someone like Kevin Durant would take the time to assist this emergency vehicle getting to an emergency call. All he did was be awesome Kevin Durant, the hometown hero.
On July 3rd.
Wait, but didn't KD admit that he was basically just cutting in line in his car? And they thought he was helping?
It's in distance from Durant. The OKC brass, led by owner Clay Bennett, GM Sam Presti, coach Billy Donovan, and 6 other team employees that Durant was close with, will fly to the Hamptons, hoping for one final pitch. At 3 p.m., Durant would give them their meeting. They pleaded their case. Then, instead of flying back home, the OKC entourage checked into a nearby Holiday Inn. 9 men crammed into 6 rooms. with owner Clay Bennett sharing a bed, all just in case Durant wanted to talk again. He never did. The following day, Durant would make his decision.
News. Some breaking news this midday. Kevin Durant just announced he will be leaving the Oklahoma City Thunder.
He is leaving for the Golden State Warriors.
Guys, the fireworks won't be quite as bright. The hot dogs are not going to taste quite as good in the state of Oklahoma today. A heartbreaking 4th of July for Oklahoma City Thunder fans.
I think he made a bad decision. He should have stayed in OKC.
I could have handled it to any other team but the Warriors. It's just, that's still too raw, it's still too fresh.
I would say the only two teams that were off the list should have been Golden State and Miami. You can't join either of those teams. Like, just don't even think about it. But he did. He picked one of them.
Response to those who are saying that you're trying to take a shortcut to a championship.
Nothing is in this league is easy. There's no shortcuts. We still got 82 games to play. This was the hardest road.
1 year after making the decision,
this was the hardest road. Nah, man. Sorry.
Championship, one Finals MVP added to his legacy. To him, he had just evened the score with LeBron, avenging the 2012 Finals defeat.
He's the only person since 2012. He's the only one that I looked at and say he's the only guy that can look me eye to eye. I told him we tied up now, and we were trying to do this thing again,
And he thought that was going to be it. That's it. Oh, KD made the right move, and instead people were like, "Fuck that guy."
Durant, having finally realized that he had accidentally.
Imagine taking. Oh yeah. This is where it all started.
He tweeted on his main account meant for the burners, would quickly delete the tweets.
This kind of, what else do I have to do? I just went toe-to-toe with LeBron James and I won.
I think you nailed it.
What Durant was searching for.
Yeah, but it's not that. Okay, the same way I don't feel like that the Miami Big Three should be so overly ecstatic over the fact that they beat OKC, because Miami was stacking the deck. I don't think Kevin Durant should be that proud of. I don't know. I just don't like any of this, you guys. I don't like the team stacking stuff. I like the Kevin Durant from like 2011 or whenever that was, where he made that comment saying, "Why is everyone joining Miami or LA right now?" Like, I thought we're supposed to take these guys down. We're supposed to beat them. I like that version of Kevin Durant, not this version where you're just justifying reasons for team stacking. It is an easy way out. Like John Stockton says, this is no different. This is taking the helicopter to the very top. You're not climbing a mountain anymore.
Was the perfect situation. But no matter how perfect a situation is, if you look close enough, you can find its flaws.
And this year, the back-to-back NBA Finals MVP, Kevin Durant.
Stare too deeply, and they will begin staring back.
And then I heard you tell Kevin Durant he can have whatever contract he wants next year.
Yeah, that was just for the media. He can't have anything like that at all.
Because I think last year he told Steph he could have any contract he wants too. So
well, yeah, that was different. He's been here from the run, the way before days. He's earned it.
Oh, that was. Let me look at the reactions. I'm gonna look right here and right here.
From the run, the way before days. He's earned it.
All I saw at a KD was wow. Hold on, since we're at the very end of this video, I might as well just. Okay, yeah. So Steph was just smiling.
One day, it goes full circle. You find yourself again, right where you began.
The same reason we got Kevin was the reason we lost him.
Wow.
If you've enjoyed watching this video, please consider subscribing. And if you're watching on a TV, all you gotta do is click up on your remote and clicking this button right here to subscribe so you don't miss any uploads. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Wow. Dude, what an interesting line by Steve Kerr at the very, very end there. The same reason we got KD is the reason we lost KD. I mean, same thing with every team though, right? Except for OKC, that is. Same thing happened in Brooklyn. he wasn't having fun anymore in Golden State, so he had to go to Brooklyn. And then he wasn't having fun in Brooklyn anymore, so he had to come to Phoenix. And I can remember distinctly how excited he was to join Brooklyn, to join Kyrie. And then immediately they're not having fun anymore. Then he comes to Phoenix. He is like over the moon, talking about Booker, how much he loves Booker. They played in the Olympics together, yada, yada, yada. You know, he was so happy to be here. That didn't last very long. You know, so I can say the same thing about every team KD has joined. They lost him for the same reason they got him. For whatever reason, I think when shit gets real, KD bounces, you know? Because, yeah, it's all kosher when you're winning championships. But when you're struggling, shit gets real, you know? You have arguments with your teammates. You know, you have a difference of opinion, you know? There's emotion involved. There's all kinds of stuff. But it seems like whenever it gets to that stage, he goes, all right, I'm moving on to the next thing. So, yeah, I don't know. Great video. That's one thing I can't say for sure. Woo Hoops, the link is down below in the description for everybody who want to check out the channel. Yeah, the video just kind of left me a little speechless. It was like watching a documentary here. Really good stuff. I can't. I'm trying to think of something in support of Kevin Durant to really say here, but I just don't fundamentally agree with a lot of things he does and the reasoning for his actions. But it is what it is. We're different kind of cats. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna head out. Let me know what your opinions are. You've heard plenty of my opinions in this video. I want to see you guys in the comments. Let me see what y'all have to say. Excuse me. Like the vid if you could. It helps out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Hit that hype button if you feel like it. It's fun. Or something. And yeah, if my voice sounds weird because I still hear this, all the AI features are turned off on my end. All the AI dubbing is turned off over here. I'm hearing you might have to check your own settings now. Like we might have to check our own settings or else we're gonna get auto dubs. It's something stupid YouTube is doing. They didn't tell anybody about it. We're all just finding out now because we're all talking to each other, trying to figure out what's going on. But if you pop on a video from me or from anybody else and it's obviously not the right voice, check your settings because it's probably somewhere in there. Anyways, you guys, I am out. Thank you so much for watching with me. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you for the After Dark, and be water, my friends.